He's one of the highest ceiling, but also one of the highest variance players in all of Pro Dota. Like, he can have games where he just absolutely goes off, and they'll still like occasionally bring back his Queen of Pain. But there are games when he struggles early, he often has a hard time getting back into the match.
Yeah, and that's a key point, right? Because that's something you can control if you're the enemy team, semi-control in a way, I guess.
I feel like they'll have a much easier time being able to ban out heroes against G too. As we said before, a lot of heroes for mid one. He has a huge pool. G, maybe not so much. So they might have a little bit more to do with the early game. And I feel like if Mousesports can win an early game, they can win a late game. So, my opinion.
I think they have to really be careful with their bans on Sioma's heroes, though. Like he's been one of my favorite supports for quite some time, just because he's almost always the hard 5, and the impact that he is able to have on heroes like his CM and his Disruptor, particularly with so little farm. And Disruptor is just a hero. If you look at the kind of lineups that Mouz likes to run, he's a hero that can just drop that static storm in the middle of a team fight and win a fight by himself. Yeah,
I think the only problem that comes with that is that there's a lot of pressure on Sioma because you've got Silent, who is a little bit less experienced as a support role. And he's the one he's the one picking up the structure right now.
He started his career as a support. So he was a carry for a very long time.
But last week he struggled.
Yeah, Silent was out of position quite often in the last couple games. But I think he's learned, though. That's one thing that we do see in DreamLeague, is that it's always a steady amount of improvement.
Definitely a steady amount of improvement also for our war room executives. Let's take a look at how they're faring.
Oh no, war room!
What?
War room!
I got told to go to the.
Wait a minute.
Is this like the slacks throw here?
I think they're gonna be in there. Oh god! What's going on in the war room, gentlemen? He's dead.
What just happened?
Good morning, guys.
Hello.
We were just cosplaying Ricky.
Table?
These are pre-recorded. They made these yesterday morning. So
he emerged from that table looking awfully satisfied.
Yeah. Okay, take it easy.
All right.
Hey, look, it's Ricky Miru. That's great.
That's why we were hiding. We knew that was going to be the first pick.
Where'd it go?
Okay.
He's still there.
It's a little violent with Mr. Maru.
Mr. Maru? I see what you're trying to do there.
What? Ricky Maru?
Maru? No. Mr. Ru? Maru?
Oh,
Mr. Ru?
Clever. More clever than
you just said it. I don't know.
All right. Spirit Breaker as an instant response to Ricky. Pretty much every Ricky's nightmare.
And this is a Vega staple right now. Yes. They're trying to play with Darkseer pretty much every game that I've seen them play. Like the last 3 or 4 series, they've been picking it first 2, and they've been trying to pick up a combo hero right away. But this is also works even more, of course, like you said. It's very good versus the Ricky, just having that charge vision.
10 seconds.
Yeah, he's always got something to worry about now, which is
excellent call, Slacks.
Thank you.
Okay, the Abaddon. I was thinking, I've seen a couple teams recently come back with the immediate Ember Spirit when they see the first phase Spirit Breaker, because you can just take a level of Sleight of Fist and just immediately escape charge. But they're going to go with the Abaddon, and that's been. I think it worked very well for them. It certainly worked very well against them in that previous game where it just shut down their LC. But I've seen them run this fairly well.
Yep. Nice aggressive pick there, and could help out the Ricky, if he gets in that position where he's going to be jumped in. However, little worried about with the Darkseer and the Abaddon, right? Isn't Darkseer pretty good against Abaddon, Fog? Because he's got the shells and the, the protective shell and shell on shell action.
Like, how do you mean? Like, I mean, if they're laned against each other, like they're both like high mana cost on both their spells, so it's like they kind of match up evenly with the amount of region that they can have. But I guess you can kind of look at it as they both have sustain in the mid game for their teams, so they can both kind of group around both of these things. So you can see like they both wanted to kind of match that into like the mid game.
Okay.
And for that very reason, I'll be surprised if Crystal Maiden gets through here to the second phase of the draft.
Yeah, it's gonna get Brad for sure.
Really? Why is that?
For exactly the reason that Fog just said. We've got high mana cost heroes on both sides.
Oh, okay. And presence in the mid game. Okay.
Yeah, and
cool.
And it just fits really well with all these heroes. I mean, it's always good to have a Crystal Maiden, honestly. That's why it's being picked so often.
Yeah, it is like by far the most picked hero in this patch. It's like 300 games, and the next closest hero is just over 200, and it's still got a 55% win rate.
What do you have in your hand?
I picked up the CM just in case.
God damn.
Yeah, because nobody bans it, so let's see if Vega gets their hands on it.
Vega might still go for something like a Disruptor.
Yeah.
That would be the classic, right?
I'll grab that as well.
Silent's been playing a lot of it, and yeah, with the Darkseer combo, it makes sense. And with Spirit Breaker Vision, it's just a very...
Stop moving them about, though. Well, nobody can read what they say or see what they look like.
If you can't read, they look like.
If you can't read that, then you can't read full stop.
No, he's got a point. My one hair keeps falling. Look at
Reserve time.
Sorry, I'm distracted.
Taking some sweet time here.
Yeah, they're taking their time. There.
Yeah, good call, Fog. Good
Kind
call,
of expected.
Fog.
Very good versus Abaddon and Ricky as well. Abaddon wants to like getting close to shield people and just be in the front lines kind of in a way. You can always get that. And when you're pressuring towers versus a lot of melee heroes, Disruptor is very good at punishing.
Will we get the CM as well? Do you think it's still likely for Mousesports or?
I'm trying to think, like Spartan.
Yeah.
I don't know if Spartan likes to play that hero. I think it's likely we'll get it, but I don't know what other Spartan heroes I'm thinking of. He might still play Coddle again.
Reserve time.
I also like Fog's point about the interaction of the vision provided by Charge means that almost always going to be able to get a good glimpse off with Disruptor.
Yeah, they can take fights on their account a lot right now for Vega. They can always like choose the fights around it.
Yeah, Mousesports is kind of lacking initiation. I mean, I guess you can run in with Abaddon. Ricky provides the vision, but at the moment, it feels like Vega has all the tools to deal with both heroes, so they need something extra, and I wonder in what position they're going to put that extra hero. Okay, it kind of puts extra pressure on Thug, which we kind of wanted to avoid. That's going to be a risky thing, but I would imagine that they're going to save the mid heroes for last, so they go for a stable core
See, I think CM's still likeliness, but Jug first.
So that's... Mouz don't switch the Juggernaut mid nearly as often as other teams do. This is almost certainly going to be a Madara safe lane Juggernaut, which is fine. That's very much in his wheelhouse. The tempo carries. Works fairly well against everything Vega's got, bar perhaps the Spirit Breaker.
I feel like, I mean, you have to be a little bit worried about the Magnus. I mean, I know we've already got the Abaddon on the offlane and such, but even putting it mid, you've got already 3 heroes that are super good within power on Mousesports. And they can run it in the mid lane.
Could be possible, yeah. I mean, they ran it with yesterday, I believe, with I think it was Skylar playing it, but they did have the Ricky, and it's like a IG combo that was run a lot.
Now, Mag Jug is really the Mag combo. Mag overall, I think in this patch is like he's like almost 60% with Jug and almost 40% without. He's really like a couple teams have tried to run Mag PA, and it's been.
I think Nox put up the Jug Mag stack, and I think it was actually 73% on since 7.
Oh, wow! Since 7.0 overall.
Since 7.0 overall, yeah.
There's only one problem with picking Magnus. Last pick goes to Vega, so they can pick whatever they want for G, if that is a Magnus mid, or Juggernaut mid for that matter, to make sure that G still wins his lane. And they go for the troll.
The troll.
Oh, this is pretty scary. So they have a lot of ways to initiate now, and they have a lot of things that they can do without troll. Like troll could easily push anything here in this game.
And that gives you your second. You know, when you think about troll hits R, and you got Spirit Breaker and troll both can bash Juggernaut even if he's spinning. That's a lot of Magic Community piercing disable already.
We were saying Mousesport has a lot of melee heroes already. Troll axes look very good in this lineup too, and they benefit the Spirit Breaker a lot with troll ulti. If they do want to go for those like solo kind of gank, Spirit Breaker with the Ion Shell with troll ulti can take out most of the supports. Maybe even a core if he's lucky if he gets enough farm early.
And not to mention the right click coming out from Darkseer. Plus 125, along with the troll. Woo! Watch out! Couple moonshots.
Chop.
That's my favorite attack animation in the game.
Oh, I completely agree.
Lion.
Lion.
Oh,
I don't think Spartan likes to play CM. I'm pretty sure he doesn't, because they actually don't really pick that hero too often for him.
Well, all right. But so Lion used to be first pick material, and then nothing really changed about the hero per se, but he still fell off.
Yeah, his ult. I mean, other heroes got buffed a lot. His talents aren't the greatest. He's just like, he's a good disabler. That's about it. His ulti's not really the greatest though. Like having that, it's so long cooldown level 1. It's like 145 or something. It's pretty ridiculous how long you actually have to wait for it.
Yeah. That's the big thing about Lion is it's not necessarily him getting that much worse. It's that a lot of the other supports, between talents, between some of the new mid-tier items that got introduced, so they use gold a lot better, a lot of that helps other heroes just much, much more than Lion. He just hasn't really gotten any love.
It's because his third ability sucks. The mana drain?
It is pretty underwhelming now. Yeah.
It's just poo-poo right now. Who cares if you run low on mana? There's so many ways to get around it. Like
what'd you grab?
I got a couple of mids. TA and SF, I think, are the 2 glaring ones that are still missing.
5 seconds.
And surely one of them. One of them.
I mean,
with the amount of mids that have been banned down.
I guess can go double burst with the Whoa, that's not what I thought.
That's not what anybody thought.
Beastmaster. My goodness. Well.
Wait, who's mid?
Who is mid? Who is mid? Is it a Beastmaster mid?
Or Juggernaut mid? I think they have it open and it can, they can decide it based on what Vega does. What? I think the most important thing from this is that there's a lot of freedom for the Ricky because he won't need to help anybody. Everybody has their own sustain, their own, they're fine. Yeah. And Ricky can just pressure wherever needed.
There's no freedom for the Ricky. They got a Spirit Breaker. He's going to be scared the entire match. Anytime he shows himself, he has to assume, okay, I'm being
Unless he
charged.
hunts the Spirit Breaker.
Unless he hunts the Hunter.
Yes.
Shiver, that's some dark stuff. I'm into it.
And he can bait the Spirit Breaker away from other lanes to make sure that it doesn't pressure the Juggernaut. So if you're going to go help someone else, I mean, a Ricky and the Baden on the offlane are not that bad.
Giannis, there's got to be something I'm missing here because this has to be about a laning matchup that is a huge advantage to either the Beastmaster or the Abaddon.
I'm trying to think here too, man.
Yeah, what is?
I mean, it's a great individual lockdown straight up for Troll Warlord. That's the only carry they had showed, but.
Yeah, we got it. We're in it.
So, I don't know. The Beastmaster pick is definitely curious to me. Catch vision to be able to take fights on their own accord. And just having the benefit from the aura with the Abaddon and Jug 5-man. That's about all I can really think about.
Thank you, Warren.
I think Vega is going to take this.
I think unless there's some like crazy laning matchup advantage that we don't know about here that we're not catching with either the Beastmaster or the Abaddon.
I mean, they have a plan.
If they need to have a gimmick here and they need to be able to really leverage that, or I think Vega takes this one fairly easily.
I know the gimmick. I've seen it before, and I'll tell you what it was after they win. Mousesports all the way, baby. Easy.
Sure.
All right, so we got Minas going for Vega, and then Slacks will see if Mousesports can get that first win on the board because they haven't had a win today yet. We're going to find out if they can change that. Over to our commentators, Owen and Fogged.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Second series of the day. Mousesports up against Vega Squadron. I'm only Pixel. I'm here with. And we've just seen the lineups, and we've just seen who's playing what. And it is, by the looks of it, going to be Carry Abaddon Fogged.
Yeah, Carry Abaddon Thug playing Beastmaster Skylark on the Jug.
Offlane, they might switch. We might, but yeah, so position 3 Jug.
Okay, they swapped.
They've swapped. Have they swapped?
Yeah, Skylark on Beastmaster, Thug in mid lane.
And they swapped again. They swapped again.
Swapping
So
again
now Thug's on the
Thug's on Abaddon.
Mid Abaddon. Mid Abaddon against the TA. We'll see. They might switch again. You can re-swap after the swap still.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're as confused as we are.
Oh. Well, anyway, let's see. Yeah, so we've got it coming through here. We'll see if they do swap again. But at the moment, yeah, Thug is on the Abaddon.
Okay, so they're just going to be switching stuff up a lot. Okay. Maybe Thug will play safe lane this time, and Madara just feels more comfortable playing the Juggernaut in general, and he might just go mid with it. I don't know. We'll see.
You think they won't take the Abaddon mid? Is that just not a mid here?
That does not sound very good to me at all. And they have a very, I don't know, they have a strange lineup. They saw the Darkseer, Spirit Breaker, Disruptor being picked up, and then they see that heavy team fight coming out from Vega, right? And they respond with like Lion and like these other heroes that don't really like fighting, like team fights. Mouse's lineup is kind of just like this pick-off central lineup, but they picked an Abaddon first, too.
So what's he got picked up on the Abaddon?
So it's Carry
Abaddon. It is he Carry Abaddon. He's now back to Madara playing it.
And Thug is mid with the Jug.
The Thuggernaut.
And Skylark offlane. All right, so more normal, nothing super bizarre, but that looked a little bit weird for a moment.
So Carry Abaddon, I can't remember the last time I've seen this. It's just, what's the plan? Why put him in the position 1? What are the strengths here?
I guess because he can sustain pretty well through the Darkside Iron Shell. He can't really get killed up from Spirit Breaker, Darkseer, but he still suffers versus Iron Shell a bit. Like playing melee heroes versus that is not fun. So they're just trying to get Madara on this like big tempo hero in the mid game, I guess. Like they do that sometimes, right? Madara playing like Timber Saws and stuff like that. So maybe they're just trying to like change their strategies up and go for different heroes.
I mean, it's anyway, obviously
weird.
What they had this morning wasn't working, so absolutely experiment with something a little different. And we'll see how it goes for you. But yeah, I mean, obviously, as we're saying, Mouse was something a little different for themselves. Vega very much with something they are very tried and tested with. All the heroes they could wish for. A lower dance troll, mid lane G on the TA. It's scary. We'll see if MNT can get the rune snipe. He's eyeing it up, and no,
it's
not quite quick enough. Quick enough.
So maybe they're gonna want to, maybe with this like Abaddon, they're gonna leave him alone at one point. Maybe give him a small little advantage with the line, and then they're just gonna match the Abaddon versus the Darkseer and just have the line and Ricky just run around and make space. I guess that's like the best thing that I could think of with doing it.
Let's see.
It is different though. I have seen a couple carry Abaddons, but not a whole lot.
Is it an NA thing? Is it that way you've seen the carry Abaddons mainly?
I've seen it in both actually. Mostly.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it kind of in both.
Well, coming with the charge here, Shema the Slayer, saying a big welcome to the mid lane. Thug and MNC up against G and Shema for the time being. Got to G, and for some harassments. Hard to do so with the big old cow behind him. And the side lane's ending up, as we were saying, up top, this position 1 Abaddon with a backup of Lion will be dealing with Afterlife's Darkseer. So as you said, you feel this is a lane where the Darkseer is still going to do pretty well?
Yeah, he's still gonna kind of like suffer on mana because he doesn't have that pair up of like the Crystal Main or anything. But once he gets that, Soul Ring, he's able to just do the same thing that he does.
Can they kill him between the Abaddon and the Lion? Do you feel?
It would be pretty unlikely. He'd have to get really like caught out of position somehow.
Yeah, well, kind of after the surge. Or...
Oh, Spartan instantly breaks the clarity, and he actually has mana drain skilled level 1 on Lion.
Trying some harassment in. Spartan already cutting his way through the trees back to safety. Mid lane CS, 6 for 1 against the 5 for 0. So Thug even with MNT there. G still having a good time. G getting some good Mel Strike. Sideblade hits in, sorry, onto Thug. Thug will salve up. So G can get the Sideblade to cancel it, but now Thug gets the full duration of the heal up. T continuing to keep vision. G, the G doesn't get too aggressive with any sort of plays. In they go. Fractions
got the
out.
Spin. Getting the body blocks
so some very good body blocks. In fact, I mean, MNT, we've seen this before from him. Very good with the control. Won't be quite enough, though. Yeah. Verifies there. But this is a TA out of regen. We'll have to head back and Shrine. Not quite got the gold for the bottle. So, yeah, a good bit of harassment there, keeping G out of the lane.
Seoma just spamming that annoying Spirit Breaker taunt in the mid lane.
And very, very quick D-ward there. Bottom lane, Skylark.
They know that MNT's coming down here. The line was drawn by Seoma. They're like, okay, Hasted Ricky going bottom, be careful.
No, they've already got a sentry out as well. They'll see his exact positioning. And now he will be out of the range and see if he can get a good angle. Very hard though still for him and the Beastmaster really to do too much. Maybe they could try and bully Silent. Silent is level 2 though, has the field to hold them back if they make a go.
They don't really have too much damage between these two, between the Ricky and the Beastmaster.
And they see him, and actually getting the first hit bash. The smoke screen will be propped down, try to stop the damage getting through, but with the Thunderstrike on him, MNT is going to fall very low, won't quite die, does survive. I just turn up as harassment onto Skylark as well. MNT straight away with the TP out of there. Skylark salves up. Keep themselves safe.
Yeah, nice deep wards coming out from Mouz at least, so whenever Seoma is going to be going for that charge, they do have eyes on him.
In the moment, on top, position 1 Abaddon, still getting perfect farm as well as a low art dance on the troll. So both carries looking good. We are going to see the Madara go straight for the Midas. Try and get that in as good as time as possible. And I mean, what kind of is this going to be Midas Radiance then on a position 1? Is that the build you feel you have to go for, or could we expect Flads, or is just the Midas Radiance rush too good?
I think we'll see what he decides to, depending on how Skylark's game is going. I think ideally you probably want your Beastmaster to have a type of initiation, even though because you have like a Ricky already too. So he might just go for a Rush Blink, but I think Skylark might just be going for the auras on the Beastmaster and then maybe just Radiance on the Abaddon since it is a carry. So
we'll see a bit of a smoke actually coming through here. Showing the Slayer to charge away. Is actually going to go for Thug. Going past that. They've got to be careful with G in the mid lane. He has a DD, so they don't really want to be fighting around with the TA at this moment in time. And G still maintaining the lead here in the middle lane against Thug. Understandably so with Thug just respecting that DD rune. To be very careful about how close he gets. MNT will come round, level 2 on the Ricky. But still that sentry is out there. Go for the D-Ward, does get it. So they'll be able to get some control back on the mid lane. Good rotation from Spartan as well. Stun connects, and with the Blade Fury, they should have enough damage. Oh, no, they don't. G surviving on literally one hit away from death. That is very unfortunate for Mouz. Good rotation from Silent to help hold the back with the kinetic field. And the kill potential is gone. Silent does have to be careful though. He's still hanging around. And still Spartan is there along with MNT. And they close the gap. Yeah, good stun there. Maximum range. And they will get themselves first blood at the end of the day. Not on the CA that they could have hoped for, but Silent sticking around for levels, getting a bit greedy, and it's punished.
Yeah, probably not expecting Spartan to kind of just sit around there with the Riki just for that long top lane. Madara getting pressured.
Spartan in with a quick TP, and will be enough to force Shema the Slayer to back up. Madara not quite yet hitting that level 6. What kind of... He must be close, isn't he? Got halfway through 5, yeah. Nearly hitting the 6.
Yeah, they're just kind of keep the pressure on him. They see that he has no regen. They see the gloves of haste. They're like, okay, he's going for Midas Rush, so let's try to pressure him a lot. Madara in some trouble under the ion shells.
Just surge up Shema the Slayer, but again, just not wanting to throw his life away, diving the tower too crazily, as they can't be too sure how close he is to the 6. Indeed, a couple more creeps. A wave will put him there on the 6. About 400 gold. He'll have the Midas stun as well. Still keeping up with Aloha Dance's farm. Over in the jungle, Silence, putting out Spartan. Spartan low on the mana, will drain some back, not quite enough for a spell. Afterlife coming across with the rotation with the Surge and the Iron Shell. Should find this unless Spartan can get the deny. In fact, well, Spartan kept alive for a little bit, does still go down. And they will find the kill. Creeps unable to get the deny onto the line, so Vega themselves get themselves the first kill of their own on the board. Mid lane, G looking to get some harassment down after Thug Bloody Fury ends.
I mean, for this heavy committal that Mouz was trying to put onto G in the mid lane, he is doing exceptionally well. Yeah, 35-13 to the 29-5. He has not really been damaged at all by these rotations. And he's getting rune control, which you kind of would expect a team with like Riki and Lion rotating around so much. They'd try harder to, you know, make sure that this TA doesn't get those runes, but now gets some regen for himself. And he did have a DD just before that, so yeah, rune control is already going in the side of Vega.
Mid lane again being watched upon by MNT. They'll drop down the sentry. They have got vision on it. Jump immediately away, and that will allow Vega to have the space to get the D-ward, but there's the D-ward of the D-ward.
There's a rotation coming in from Mouz. They've got the roar.
Yeah, they come straight in, catching out Shoma the Slayer on the sidelines. With 4 of them there, no escape for the Spirit Breaker.
Probably not the kill that they wanted to get so much with their first roar, but a kill's a kill.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeps the Breaker off the map, makes it a little safer for a few seconds. Now they'll know to be aware again as he's back up. They have to be careful about the charge potential. G being spotted out again. Spartan and MNT working very deep. They'll bring Thug across. He does have an Omni Slash. The charge will be there onto MNT. And yeah, couldn't quite bring Thug in close enough to get a chance to bring down Thug. And now they could be in trouble themselves. Shoma connects the charge. Just a little they've got they have got the dust, but still they're being careful. There's a lot of Mouz around with 4 heroes there. Thug now blows the Omni Slash, and with jump fall from MNT, it will be enough to take down Shoma the Slayer a second time in a matter of minutes. Now turning back for more, but a good trap slow from G holds Mouz back from chasing down Silent. Afterlife, looking for the body blocks onto Thug. Does have a Blade Fury, knows that's not going to help him from the physical damage. As they will continue to chase. The karate chops of Afterlife will be so close, and it is enough. Won't be able to get himself away. Holds onto the haste for next time. Silent will end up going down though. The rest of Mouz kept strong with their pursuit. Got the kill. G looking for MNT, but he jumps across. In fact, he might just make it. The dust is about to wear off, and they don't have any further vision. MNT, with that blink strike, getting himself away in the next time. There he's hunting. He knows there's a Riki here, and he does find him. Blocks him off. Nowhere for Riki to jump that time.
Silent gets the glimpse on Spartan as well.
Yeah, it's going to be another freebie with Spartan. No mana left. So after that prolonged movement from Mouz over into the jungle of Vega Squadron, Vega will end up punishing them with a couple of kills.
Disruptor's so good versus those type of aggression moves, because as soon as they're trying to retreat, he can always TP and gets a couple glimpse targets, especially with the trap vision as well as the Spirit Breaker vision. Makes it a lot easier to play that hero. And they even claim a tower during all that for Aloha Dance on the troll. He finishes up the Vlads already, so he's looking very good. Sitting at the top of the net worth board.
Yeah, and we're seeing it now as well in the quick buy. It will be that Midas Radiance rush from Madara.
Yeah.
I mean, if he gets that in good time, it's certainly going to be annoying for these fights, especially for the troll and the TA, that missed chance. Could certainly save lives in Mousesports. And Radiance, of course, just fundamentally very strong against the TA.
MNT gets scanned out, and they use a dust for him. They're able to remove the dust, though, with the shield from Madara.
And again with these jumps, very good at getting MNT out of harm's way.
Thug wanted to make a rotation, but nicely placed traps from G, able to scout that one out before it even causes any type of havoc.
And it's exactly what you said as well from Skylark, going for the auras, rushing the Vlads for himself and the team. And,
I just
very close to having it.
I haven't seen so much Beastmaster, so it's curious to see like, what we're gonna be getting, because like he's been jungling a bit, so he went for the headdress build, and then now I mean Vlad's works so well with Jug and with that, and so it makes sense. They can just group up and go for like Death Ball and Towers before.
Mean, what was it with the hero? Just it did receive kind of nerf after nerf, didn't it, over a few patches?
Yeah, he's been in nerf so much in like the popularity of other heroes. And this one wants to like he wants to like break high ground and stuff pretty early. Like with all his auras. I mean, sure, he scales late. He scales for a long time because the cooldown of the ulti is so good, and he always has Hawk Vision.
Yeah.
But the rise of the other heroes, big team fighters, is just better than like this pick-off roar.
Aye, and lovely. Roaring the magic man on his carpet. Courier down. Skylark spots it out. No holding back there. It's only worth the commit of the roar. Courier kill. G will be queuing up for the Deso first. Now, we'll see. So sometimes, though, I guess we see them queue up the Deso goal, and then if they find them on 1600, they're like, well, I'll just go the extra 600 and pick up the blink if you can get that amount of gold in a burst.
Yeah, I think either one is fine this game. I think the Deso can work really well just because they have Troll and Vlad's already for Roche. They can just perch themselves up around it. They have greater team fight than Mouse does, so with the Darkseer and with Disruptor ulti, they can really set up around it with Troll ult and Desolator TA.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see which way Roche goes, because both teams have great ways of taking it down, but as you said, Vega definitely have the better counter initiation, way to jump in and punish an attempt from Mouse with their AoE ults. Been about to charge it. Go through onto Thug. Thug does have an Omni Slash, and with the presence of MNT, Shaman the Slayer has to be careful. He's trapped in the kinetic field. They're just giving the rundown with the Blade Fury, and that will be enough to punish the Cow. Diving in a little bit too deep. Thug will take it. Madara 1200 towards the Relic. G cleaning up the Ancients. As overall, very close at the moment. 12 minutes in, both teams finding the farm. Skylark getting a good amount of pressure done on this bottom lane. You see a lower dance turn up as well with a TP from Shaman the Slayer going straight for the charge across. Spartan, good stun and a Hex. Holds back both of them. And that may just be enough to get Mouse out of there back to safety. Further TPs coming through. Actually, Mouse wanting to turn. The Roar's back available straight into all of the ultimates there with the Omni Slash and Finger. They bring down Aloha Dance, and now with the Blade Fury chase down, they're looking for Shoma. The stun won't connect. He gets surged away just in time. Afterlife will save him. Now Shoma looking for the suicidal charge back in to set up for the rest of the team as Silent comes through with the Static Storm, locking down the Beastmaster. Quick Mail Strike from G, finds the kill in return. Kicking off there down on the bottom tower. Mousesports, I think, will still be certainly happy with that engagement, bringing down the position 1, getting Aloha Dance off his high horse. And
Madara
losing beast for it.
Top tower, full tower gets brought down for him.
Yeah, that's great for his Radiance rushing.
Always good to fight on the opposite side of the map in those type of engagements to give your carry space.
Let's see if Aloha Dance can at least proc out the borrowed time, and indeed he will. Going to be the ult down. See if they can do anything to punish it. Unlikely though, Madara almost certainly will continue to play safe. And of course Beastmaster going for the item of the day, or item of the patch really, medallion straight into the Solar Crest. And that already is going to be a lot of strong, essentially solo pickup potentially if they have a Roar and the Boar's out. That's a lot of damage with the Solar Crest.
Yeah, it's kind of an aura, like the Solar Crest. It's not exactly one, but you just put it on enemy hero, you put it on Roche, and you're able to just claim it really quickly. So it's kind of an aura.
Okay. Looking for MNT. Jukes out the charge here with the Tricks of the Trade. Quick jump back, and now Thug. Looking to Shaman the Slayer, but Nether Strike. I mean, Vegas want to commit to this one. They've got 5 heroes down the mid lane, ready for the push. We'll see how Mouse react to this. They're going to keep Skylark down on the bottom lane. He'll put some pressure onto the tier 1 on his own. And here we go. Onto the tower they are with the Battle Trance. Mouse trying to slow this down. Madara and MNT doing their best to pull the creeps back. And they are making this hard for Vega Squadron to commit to. Still with the 5 heroes here, they're not actually finding much. And bottom lane, I think Skylark probably is going to get away with this tier 1, and he does. So they'll get the tower themselves, Mouse. Vega's still yet to find the objective in the middle lane, and Skylark's just going to continue to push. We're going to see them try and commit now as they look towards Madara. He does have borrowed time up. They're going to be careful how hard they go in on this one. Vega Squadron very much set on sitting here in this mid lane. They'll proc out the borrowed time.
I mean, they've got the mech on the Darkseer, so they're trying to force as much as they can, but
really
Skylark is just forcing a tier 2 now.
He's getting so much space down there. Skylark, indeed. It's going to put him on 1100 towards the Solar Crest. Thug in the neighborhood to use this Omni Slash. And has the backup of Spartan. Spartan with a finger as well. They definitely have burst potential. How's a bit of a big target. And he's going to go straight for the charge with the finger. Very nicely done there from Mouz. Quick kill and quick exit. Oh, I say that actually, Skylark's still got the Roar. They want to go for a follow-up kill. They're going to look towards Silent. He's trying to make himself sparse. He'll turn around, just drop a Static Stone just to make sure the Mouz can't get the lock onto him. But definitely, those last few minutes, incredibly beneficial for Mouz.
Yeah, I guess that's the one kind of like thing that you can get about having this safe lane about, and he's very high level, so instead of them having like any D-push, they have like axes, which he obviously hasn't leveled high because that's not really what you do as a Beastmaster. They just have the Abaddon park at a tower, and they're like, okay, if you're going to try to push, you have to force it through me. And that's pretty difficult, especially with the heroes that Vega does have.
Yeah, looking very, very good indeed. Deso is now complete for G, though.
Yeah.
If they can get the control, which they certainly have, they've got a huge amount of lockdown, and as you mentioned, great team fight, a good vacuum into a kinetic field, and certainly G is allowed to go pretty ham. There's still very disruptive spells that he's got to be careful of. The smoke screen, the lockdown that the Lion provides. It's definitely not an easy TA game. As he's got, and even the Roar. I mean, there's a lot of things that G has to be careful about when he's committing. They'll look towards Roche, though. They're going to try and use the Desolator to make quick timing of this. Mousesports can contest. It's not necessarily the quickest. There may be a chance for Mouz to get in there. The Hawk's already over, so they know what's up. Will Mouz head over there? Kind of split up. We've still got Madara trying to find that final bit towards it. Has he got the Relic Gold, I imagine, on the Abaddon?
He should be very close to it.
Yeah, he's got the Relic. And now the TP's come through. Down to half health. The Boars lead in. They really want to do something about this. Show me the Slayer's going to go for the charge, keeping them away and out of the pit. And it will work. They'll finish off Roche. Aegis picked up by G. Now they're ready to try and chase for kills. They were looking for the Nether Strike. Couldn't find the connection, but they've got the vision onto MNT now. And a quick blast to the face from G brings down the Ricky Maru. The Vega get the objective. Now they're certainly in a good position to go down the mid lane, take the tier 1 relative ease.
Yeah, Mouz is close to the Radiance. They should just finish that one up. The tier 1. They've defended the tier 1 long enough at this point.
Objective taken. Really needing that Radiance on Madara.
They're not
Look
stopping
at this
them.
wraparound. Yeah, Mouz, they've got the ults back and available. No finger for 17 seconds. But they have Omni Slash. They know that they can get a quick pick to start. There's the Roar straight away. In fact, the Roars, the knockback there, stopping Shoma the Slayer's charge on towards Spartan. They now need to get themselves out of there, though, because Vega Squadron are ready to try and chase back. They'll look towards Thug. Thug trying to get himself back up to safety, the high ground. They'll turn towards Madara, but the borrowed time's there. Now Vega getting slowed down. It's a great 4-man vacuum wall, but do they have the follow-up damage? Shoma trying to charge his way across the team fight towards Madara. G takes down Spartan on the side of it. Thug just turns and starts to hit back into Shoma. They've got the healing ward out, tricks with trade, causing issues here for Vega Squadron. The mech's being popped. MNT again with the smoke stream, being a nuisance, but still the bashes come through. Aloha Dance mans up. We'll take the double kill.
Illusion.
For 8. Vega Squadron still able to keep the playing field even. Come out with a slight edge at the end of that fight.
Very nice wall vacuum coming out from Afterlife. That's like, they're fighting into a very heavy team fight lineup, and they have Aegis too on Vega, so that's what you expect to kind of happen. All their ultimates were already expended, Line Finger Jug, etc. from the side of Mousesports, so Vega seizing that opportunity.
They're a pretty good point now as well. Spartan is going to be just a free kill as they'll drop the Static Storm straight away, make sure they get that. G is now, he's going to be very close almost. Yeah, he's got it. So he's picked up the Blinks. You've got Blink Deso on your TA. You've got Vlad's S&Y on the Troll. 19 minutes in. This is exactly what Vega's draft wants to achieve. At this point, they're at a very strong point in comparison to what Mouz has.
Yeah, definitely. It's really hard for Mouz to just take a fight. So they just have to use the Hawk and vision advantage that they can get with the Ricky to pick and choose the fights at their pleasing. Madara now does have the Radiance finished up, though, so maybe we will see them group around the Abaddon a bit more.
Of course, no BKBs in sight yet for the side of Vega Squadron. That burn certainly will be an issue. They've got to be very careful. I mean, how do you deal with this Abaddon in the fights with the Radiance? Do you have to just kill the heroes quickly around him? Can you do anything to kind of disable him getting the job done?
I mean, he's still not really that tanky, though. That's the thing. He's got 1,200 HP, but he's got 4 armors. And since they already have the Desolate and the TA plus max meld, he can actually get brought down pretty quickly by the amount of damage. So
yeah,
it's just about taking the fights properly. If they can get the Wombo combo with the Disruptor ulti vacuum, then it's going to be very easy for them to take fights. 15 seconds until that's up, though, for the Static Storm. Mouz seems to be aware of that. They're trying to pick a quick fight.
Yeah, they've got the Diffuser now on Thug as well, so a nice bit of a damage step up for them. They look to start it off. Quick with the blink, though, onto Spartan. A couple of hits from the TN. He's down. Nether Strike onto Thug, holding him in position here for the bashes to come through from the Troll. They'll drop the Vacuum Wall, catching out 2. Skylark's out as well. They've lost a 3rd on the side of Mousesports, and it's not over yet. The dust is out and down. Madara will let the borrowed time proc. He is actually doing quite a bit with this radius, bringing Silent down there, but Silent gets that just out of range. G comes back in, cleans up the 4th kill, and MNT can only just tuck his tail and run out of there.
They didn't even have to use Static Storm there. They got a decent wall vacuum combo, and they had the high ground. They had the high ground ward advantage, and they get Spartan right at the start of it. And Spartan is extremely crucial because he is their only real, like, I mean, I hate to say it, but he's like their only quote-unquote team fight in a way as a Lion, and Lion is not a great team fighter. Beastmaster Roar is okay, but it's more of like it's kind of a catching ability.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a pick-off, a split push, kind of hear it. When these 5-man start running at you, there's very little you can do. Jump in, but Spartan is there with the instant Hex. There will be a charge coming through. Oh, and look, that TP continues it straight into the Static Storm, and Thug's down.
50 seconds.
Oh, dear.
This might just be a Rax. It's Troll Warlord and TA.
Yeah, you're losing a lot for that one.
But Madara's back up. All right, this is good for Mouz. At least they're able to push them out of it.
Silence just going to glimpse him back and see if they can do anything. They are a little low, and it looks like they will back off, but yeah.
At least they're able to get them off the Rex, you know, with Madara's respawn, but yeah, they lost a lot there.
That is fortunate considering Thug's blunder.
Oh man, that was unfortunate. Definitely a miscalculation, not him not expecting the Disruptor to still have Storm. He's like, what? There was just a team fight, he didn't actually end up using it?
Yeah, that's almost certainly what was going through his head on. Didn't expect that. And as we can see, it's relatively stable early on between the two sides, but after those last series of events, very much rocketing in favor of Vega Squadron. Dalian, deep for Darks here. See the blink on the Beast, so they can find those pickoffs if Vega Squadron aren't grouped together. When Vega Squadron group up and goes 5, it really does just accentuate the weakness of our sports lineup.
Yeah, if Mouz gets jumped on, I mean, their lineup is all about the vision right now. You know, Ricky and Beastmaster trying to take fights on their own accord, but if they get jumped on like that, it's 100% going to go Vega's way. And now we even see Afterlife. This is new to me.
Full out Solar Crest.
Solar Crest on Darks here too. Solar Crest for everybody. I mean, it's a very, very strong item, as we keep reiterating. So why not?
Skylark, he's in a bit of trouble here. Will use the Roar to hold him back. They're going in, but immediately just that Solar Crest evasion, making sure the follow-up damage isn't there straight away. He'll pot the BKB a load up. The Vacuum Wall comes through onto 3, 2 down on Mousesports, and they're ready to chase down for more here, Vega Squadron. Iloa does eyeing up Skylark, the Nether Strike for the Shimmer the Slayer, controlling the Beastmaster, and the charge straight onto Madara, making sure that there's no TP out, and it's a full 5-man team wipe. Vega Squadron just destroying Mousesports around their own shrine. And I fear for Mousesports that this may be another painful loss, the 3rd of the day here at DreamLeague, as Vega Squadron have turned up, bringing out the big guns. The G and Low Hard Dancers having perfect games, you know, with the fact that they're both just at this stage where 23 minutes in, they just can't do anything to stop them.
They're so farmed. I mean,
they are so farmed. Look how far ahead they are.
The Troll runs up the high ground into a shrine. The shrine is pocked by Mouz, and he doesn't care because he's like, I've got BKB now. Lion uses his disables. That's all they've got. Roar. Who cares? There's not a lot of damage coming out from them. It's slow whittle damage. Sure, the finger is like their one kind of burst, but Thug wasn't able to get the Omni Slash off. And then other than that, yeah, he's the only real burst damage that they have.
Now we'll see what Mouz can do to hold on here. And see how much mercy Vega Squadron will give before they go in for the next push. As it's certainly bordering on unstoppable. Oh, I love it as well. This Darks is Solar Crest into Echo Saber, plus 120 damage. Let's do it. He's building it.
He's actually going to build it.
He's building the Echo.
He's actually going the Echo Saber. This is just because of how far ahead they are, honestly. But
no, Fox is legit.
It's legit.
Start doing it in your pubs, boys and girls. Rush Echo Saber on Darks here.
With the Solar Crest.
With the Solar Crest, okay. Then we'll allow it. But There we go. This is only the 7th Solar Crest picker by Darkseer in 7.00 onward. Yeah. There we go.
He basically has the Echo Saber. He's gonna go pick it up.
The Echo Saber.
He's gonna go buy it right now. Oh my god.
That is some beautiful BM. I love it.
Oh, Afterlife. I mean, he's playing really well. He's gotten some nice combos up and gotten his team with some good team fights. So why not, buddy?
Hey Nox, can we get some stats on Echo Saber Darkseer?
That's the first.
Just in case I missed it.
Is definitely the first.
The first one ever.
In competitive, it has to be.
Oh, Skylark caught outside of the base here. Good stuff from Spartan to hold them back for some time, but it's not enough. He's out now. I want to see that Echo Saber punch come through. Where's my DS?
He's waiting for it.
There we go, Afterlife. Go and give them the chop.
It gives him mana regen at least, right? He doesn't have like...
True, yeah.
Why not?
The stats. Jumping for G. There's that going on. Look at Spawn. Oh, nice smoke dodge. Some good stuff. Here's the smoke to disjoint the last hit.
They see Roche just spawned. G having a trap in there from the Templar Assassin, so now they're going to back up, get the Roche.
Yeah, the speed that they'll take that with the Echo Saber Darkseers. Roshan doesn't stand a chance.
I just want to see him hit stuff, honestly. I'm just going to follow Darkseer.
There we go. Let's watch Afterlife. Go and give it the punch. Oh, no. Where's he going? Okay, yeah, push the wave up with the shells.
Here we go.
Ready for the karate chops.
Look at this damage, ready?
Hiya!
Oh, with the troll too, look at this.
Oh, look at him go, bam, bam, bam! Sit the hell down,
That actually is an insane amount of damage.
Oh! Well, what's his right click?
270.
270. What's the right click on TA?
Not 270.
Not 270.
But he has a DD.
He's got a DD, but it's close. If he doesn't refract.
Oh, look at this. Aloha is just running up onto the high ground.
Oh, Jug, you want to get yourself out of there, and he will. He does get the Blade Fury off in time, backs off. I want to see what's next for Afterlife. Has he queued anything up on the
This is the third. Oh, this is the third one.
Third Echo Saber on Darkseer. There you go. Forev brought one against Elements, and Mag brought one against Digital Company. What's that? Is that like a fake Digital Chaos?
I guess so.
Digital Company.
Madara getting gone on mid. Vega just showing how much stronger they are in these fights. Just brute forcing it. Forcing the healing ward. And I think that's all the shrines. Yeah, all the shrines pretty much being used by Mouz on the high ground now.
Pew. Oh. Here we go. Tier 3. Nearly knocked down. And we have it there. Just struggling with a missed chance at the moment. They'll get it. Thug moving forward with Blade Fury. They do get the Hex out onto TA. Charge immediately across the fight. BKB pop by low and picking the man up. Held back here. By the Roar. They go for the Omni Slash, but it's unfortunate bounces around the illusions, and now they chase down Thug. Juggernaut's down and down. He'll buy back immediately on the side. MNT will manage to punish the cow. Spirit Breaker down. They get a kill in return here, and they will be able to force Vega off the racks. Does cost them a buyback on the Juggernaut. We'll see if they can catch anything else out of this. I mean, their catch potential isn't that great after the Roar's being committed. So Vega will get out of there. But considering the flow of the game, I'd say that's a success for Mousesports.
Yeah,
they didn't lose the racks.
I guess.
You know, it's probably the best thing that's happened to them all game.
Yeah, Vega just gonna now reset. They still got the Aegis. Yeah, it's looking very troublesome for Mouz.
As Afterlife got, I want to see what's Dark. Has he done it yet? No,
he's just going gem and stuff. He's like, I had my fun already.
Where's his Crystallis? Oh, Thug.
Well, this could
be in trouble here. Alohan's leading in, looking for the bash, and he'll find it. Thug is gone, and that's a dieback on the Juggernaut. Down for a minute.
Yeah, he solar crested that Jug.
Yep.
And just ran at him with the troll. Easy bash, easy bring down.
Easy get. Yep. That's already a charge.
Looking to go in already.
Straight in onto the Abaddon. Dara looking to finish off an AC. He's still got about 1k gold to go for it though. And old G just in the back line. Spartan taken down in 2 hits. It does get the Hex out in return. And in fact, he's falling down low. G has to be a little careful. There'll be the vacuum to hold back Madara, but he chases forward with the Radiance. Looking towards the Jug. Jug has to, sorry, the Troll has to pop the BKB here. G, oh, just blinks out. Oh, that would have been a beautiful kill if they were able to bring him down.
Still got Aegis though.
He does, but taking him to, at least the morale would have been boosted. They're like, we actually managed to bring that DA's health points down from max to 0. But it's, yeah.
At this point now, it's just Vega needs to just slowly, methodically let the lanes push in, the side lanes push in, and then just go for that. Going for kills like that, killing the Lion at this point in the base like that, there's no point. He's level 10, so he gets that like 4-second respawn. So wait for their BKBs to come back online, heal up a bit. This should be a clear-cut game for Vega. I'm not really seeing any ways for Mouz to come back in it, except for Vega just making some big mistakes because, like we were saying, their team fight potential is just not there with their heroes. They drafted the Abaddon early, and they went for like the Radiance whole thing to kind of like play around the Abaddon, but then their other hero picks I don't feel like it works too well around that kind of playstyle.
I think Rapier Ricky is the way out of this one.
He's quite a ways away.
He's already saving up for it. 1,500 gold. I know that's for it. I know it. Gonna do it, MNT.
Smoke coming out right away.
This could be pretty brutal.
Oh, they're doing the wraparound.
It's Silent just come a little too close though. Got the ward out, so they see Silent. Hello, Dance looking for the opening, and Spartan's down. MNT dragged back in with a vacuum into the charge. Double kill. Well, Dance, he picks up the Godlight. There'll be a buyback for the Ricky. The Lion straight back away. Thug backs off towards the shrine. The healing ward out as well. They'll heal up.
Just like instantly respawns on Lion. They just killed him. He didn't even buy back.
I know. Do it here, stun. The G, refraction down. In the manner, they'll go for the finger and the raw here onto the troll. Lower Dance does get the BKB off now, turns. Starts to bash it. The vacuum wall's there, onto 3. Now with the chase down. Time's forced out. Nether Strike coming through. Madara healed back up to full, but they're ready to take him down a second time. There's no Ricky for 50 seconds. Madara's out as well for a full minute. The glimpse back onto Thug as they'll tap out. GG is called. And Vega Squadron with a very convincing game one here in the second series of the day. 31 minutes. And poor old Mousesports, another game where it just doesn't come together. The carry Abaddon, not a success.
No, definitely not. And I mean, I know the carry Abaddon not really a success, but they focused a lot on the mid lane, right? They put 3 heroes mid, and G did. Yeah. He came out perfectly fine after that. They got a couple nice like roar pickoffs and all that, but Vega's overall their team fight's just way stronger. And the one time that Mouz does try to go take a fight into them, they had the vision advantage.